Hey everybody, Pastor Sam with your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers. We're in Hebrews today and I have some special accompaniment. This is a monument to the Insurgentes, the insurgents, basically the signers of Mexico's Declaration of Independence, where most of our signers of our Declaration of Independence risked their lives and their treasure and their wealth, and many of them lost those things. Not so many were killed in the revolution. These men were unceremoniously lined up against the wall and shot right here across the street. But every Mexican knows their name. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about dying in one's homeland for the possibility of freedom. This is Ignacio Allende. They were all gentlemen. These are names that every Mexican knows. The streets in every city are named Allende, Morelos. There's a state named after him. Juan Aldama, the street behind me is Aldama. You can see that they're all gentlemen. And this plaque is very powerful. I'm going to read it to you. First of all, it addresses the men as leader. This is a boss man title, caudillo. It wasn't used for the common persons. And it says, your martyr's death gave life to the liberty of the Mexican pueblo, the Mexican community. Your name was born in the last night of your slavery. And this is the life of the revolutionary. Even in death, they escape from their slavery. Your name and liberty are identified together, and they will only disappear at the last when the heart of Mexico stops beating. That's beautiful, huh? A beautiful epitaph. Mariano Jimenez. There's a street named Jimenez in every town of any size. And returning to the front, the Mexican eagle. And above all is Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla. Sometimes I go and visit his prison cell. It's right here across the street. This municipal complex was built in later centuries, but the famous President Benito Juarez ordered that his prison cell be maintained in perpetuity. So I do go in and visit that on occasion. These are the heroes. This is the life of heroes. We like to focus on the heroes that lived, but there is a certain honor in going and laying down one's life. Here we go, Hebrews 3. This passage is a quotation from the Psalms, and someone pointed out to me today that it occurs 3 different times in the opening of Hebrews. I think chapter 2, 3, and 4. Verse 12, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living God. You know, Gideon sent home everyone who was fearful and afraid out of his army. He said, just go, we don't need you. We'll go with less people. We'll go with a smaller contingent. And in the end, it was 300, the same number that were trained for Operation Gideon. They drew numerous wordages and verbiages from the Bible for their Operation Gideon. Next verse, but exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. Here's the deal. Our nation, our American nation, is hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. The only thing that we generally believe in is unbelief and the lack of the miraculous. And that's not the way that it's supposed to be. This is why Israel had instructions that they were to be tested every couple of generations, tested with war and battle. And because America hasn't been tested in a long time, not on our own soil, not without all of our toys, not against a superior enemy, because we haven't been tested like that, we've fallen into this trap that these verses describe, and we have given ourselves over to the evil heart of unbelief, and we've become hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. You know, every man's got to draw a line in the sand, what he's willing to become a martyr for. what he's willing to fight to the death to prevent. So let's consider that today, and let's consider those who have fought to the death. And so, just as unceremoniously, it seems, the men who have died in these recent days were just as unceremonious as the death of these men who died like dogs. Thank God that they're remembered, these mighty heroes. I'm Pastor Sam.